you want to make sure I look good on the camera, actually? Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Already recording?
Hello, yeah, well, both are, yeah. Talking to it?
1 2 1 2.
But like, put it where it's gonna be.
Oh, I got you. Shoot.
What?
I forgot because last time I had a sweater.
Yeah.
But
Just still quick.
there we go.
Talk.
1 2 1 2.
How's your day going?
It's been pretty good.
I'm gonna turn you. I think you can turn it up on yours.
I can?
No, you can't.
Does it need to be louder?
I mean, not really. It should be good. I can set it afterwards, anyways. Hello, hello. I look good on the camera?
Yeah.
Shit, bro. I don't remember the intro.
Oh, that's right.
You can do it this time, bro.
What did we say last time?
I don't know, but it's intro.
All right, well, we're back. This is episode 2 now.
Low-key, it's episode 1.
You're right. Yeah, episode 1 officially. Episode 1 officially of Beloved and Everlasting Conversation. I'm Dante.
Travid. You want to see what
Yeah,
we're
we
talking
got-
about, my friend?
Today, what did we say we had? Oh, Pride and Ego.
Pride and ego.
Pride and Ego.
You want to start? Or actually, let's do that thing we did last time. We started with the definition. Which one you want to do first? Pride or ego?
Let's do pride.
All right. It says, the quality or state of being proud. Is that good?
I could look it up too, see what I get.
Listen, also, so there's, I'm going to read letter 3. So
Okay.
it says number 1 is the quality or state of being proud. Then it says A, reasonable self-esteem, confidence, and satisfaction in oneself.
Mm-hmm.
Self-respect. The B says pleasure that comes from some relationship, association, achievement, or possession that is seen as a source of honor or respect. The C says exaggerated self-esteem.
Exaggerated self-esteem. What about ego?
Hold up. We just start there, low-key, with pride. I think we should do ego first.
Let's look up. Let's
Sorry,
look up
guys.
both of them, anyways.
Definition of ego. It says a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. Yeah. Or it says the self, especially as contrasted with another self or the world. I think that's the ego we're exactly talking about, though.
Yeah.
You know? Because when I think of ego, I think of like people's egos and my own ego.
I think more of like that definition, the third definition of pride that they had there.
What was that?
The third definition that you read out for pride.
What was that one again?
It was talking. No, I don't know word for word, but it said pretty much inflating your own self-worth.
Got you.
You got any words?
Huh?
Got anything to start off on
I'm
pride?
thinking, pondering. I just think when it comes to ego, for me personally, ego and pride, I think it's something we can all struggle with. I think I especially struggled with that pretty bad, like not too long ago, like really bad. Just an idea of thinking that you have some sort of edge on other people or you're better than other people.
Mhm.
And that's something I've definitely like struggled with, or even just like in like normal conversations with people where I just assume I'm always in the right, or
Right.
assuming that even though I'm acting a certain way, it might be affecting people a different way. When I think it's in here a certain way, it might actually be flipped around another way when someone else perceives it. You know what I mean? So like, if I'm to say something that I think in my mind, oh, I'm making a joke,
Right.
but someone might take offense to that and have their feelings hurt. And where I have a problem is my ego might stop me from instantly apologizing for what I said, when clearly I've caused this person some disturbance.
Right.
And instead of taking myself out of my own mind and ego, I just stay in here and say, oh, well, it was just a joke.
You
I
just
didn't
gotta
mean
deal
it.
with it.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
But then I think now I'm starting to realize that no matter what, I should instantly try to apologize and amend the situation and point and acknowledge their own feelings towards the topic. You know?
Yeah. I feel like it definitely requires a lot more emotional intelligence in
Yeah.
that point.
I think
Yeah.
somewhat comes with like age or just making lots of mistakes.
I think
But-
maturity, I'd say.
Charity?
Maturity.
Maturity.
Yeah, with some maturity, I'd say that's what it mostly involves in. I was definitely something I have struggled with
Mm.
a lot, like I'd say a couple years ago. I feel like the thing a lot of the times with pride is it can be good
Mhm.
to have at least some some sort of pride, like, to carry yourself, like pride in the way you dress and whatnot, the way you look, just to look nice and not,
Mhm.
walk around,
Like a
however.
bum.
Yeah,
No offense. Hold up.
right. But you know what I mean? Like to
Yeah.
have some sort of pride. But I feel like where pride becomes detrimental is when you put a lot of emphasis on certain things.
Mhm.
Like you attach yourself to either a certain image or a certain characteristic, and that is where that pride like kind of feeds off of. Like in the case what you were saying,
Yeah.
like let's say in the case of you put a lot of pride into your own knowledge, your own wisdom, to where, just like in your example, you can't see, or you choose not to at the time, if someone has anything like a contradicting, standpoint or viewpoint, you don't want to listen
Yeah.
because your pride doesn't allow you to listen. You
Mhm.
see yourself as being correct, and the way you do it is correct.
Mhm.
It's what I say goes. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. Or
Yeah.
if you do hear it, it's like, well, you're wrong anyways because it's not what I said.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's where pride can get tricky, as long as we're not putting any, like I said, putting any emphasis or putting too much of our own self-worth into certain things.
Mhm.
I feel like that's where it can become detrimental, but I guess it's always finding the balance, and that's where you try to find, I guess, where your true self-worth is
Mhm.
in that case. But I know for me, that was my biggest pitfall, was putting a lot of emphasis in that there was certain things that I felt I was better than the average person,
Mhm.
or better than other people, to where I'd find myself in situations to where I was just stubborn, very
Mhm.
hard-headed, didn't want to hear anything what anybody else had to say, or I just figured, everybody was wrong anyways, or
Yeah.
if it was against me, or wasn't what I was saying, it was wrong. But like I said, I think it just comes with maturity,
Yeah.
and just being able to know that just anybody, you don't know all the answers. You don't
Yeah.
have all the answers. No matter how old you are, you still don't have all the answers. And you could learn from every person you come across, whether it's something they've learned the hard way and can teach you, or
Mhm.
something that you see like, you know what, I can take this and leave that, or take this and leave that. But I feel like no matter what, you could always learn something from someone in
I
some
agree.
respect, to be able to take and just, maybe just even a little piece and
Mhm.
take along with you as you grow. But that's something I'm trying to learn now,
Mhm.
that not to just, judge a book by its cover, or
Yeah.
think that, because, for whatever reason, like I'm better than this person because of this or that, or I know them know more because of this or that. But we haven't lived every life. We haven't lived other people's lives, so we don't know what they know or don't know. And I guess a lot of it also comes with humility as well,
Mhm.
being able to humble yourself. But
So, I can agree with most of that. I think
Right.
almost all that basically.
Okay.
But like talking about what you mentioned earlier about looking at other people and
Mhm.
realizing they have their own situations.
Mhm.
That's something I've definitely grown up on a lot lately, or
Mhm.
just like matured about. Because now, if someone acts a certain way with me, and where I can get like, be like, oh, why are they treating me like this, or why are they doing this to me?
Right.
Instead of just getting upset at them and letting my, I guess what we can call ego take over, I try to put myself in their perspective, and like maybe there's something going on with them something going on in their life,
Exactly.
which is affecting them to treat me a certain way. So it's like, just observe the people around you. Everyone's a person, you know?
Yeah,
Everyone has
At
their
the end of the
own
day.
lives going on around them. Everyone has their own issues that they face within themselves.
Hmm.
And just try not to take things personally anymore is what I've been coming to learn. And just also, like you said, humility, remaining humble, remembering your place in things. It's like, same way I treat you, I would want to treat another person, you know?
Right. Right.
Because I know before I would like easily be like kind of rude to some people,
Yeah.
have a chip on my shoulder, I guess, for certain people when they would act certain ways,
Right.
and like hold like resentment towards people, when instead I should just be forgiving and understanding towards other people.
Mm.
I think I saw this thing a while ago. I think you saw it too, because I think it popped up on my feed because you had liked it, and it talked about ego versus your soul, and how your soul is like the more pure form of you, and that's what you should lay more towards rather than the ego. That's if we're seeing ego as a bad thing though,
Right.
only a bad thing. Because I think ego can also be beneficial.
Right.
It like helps you push yourself to be better if you're using it correctly. Like you said, it's all about balance, balancing the two sides of that coin.
It's like the analogy of fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fire is good. You can use it to, cook your food, to warm yourself up. But when it's in a controlled environment,
Mm-hmm.
once you let that fire go crazy, it can be a wildfire, burn down forests and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's the same with, our pride and our ego, where it can be good in a controlled environment. But when we let it control us and our own emotions, that's when it starts to cause the problems. And
Gotcha.
it is all easier said than done, but it all comes from practice.
Mm-hmm. See, I just think also after getting more involved with believing in God, that's when I lost a little bit more of my ego. Just like realizing that I should just, I don't know, be doing good things and letting go of that other part of me that just thinks lowly on other people and realizing that everyone is the same, like I said earlier. You know?
Yeah. Just like you said, we're all humans. I feel like everybody deserves respect. Everybody deserves love. It's whatever situations we're born into is the situation we're born into. We don't have any really any say in that. And no matter what, everybody deserves a chance at respect, no matter what. When you come across people, and it's the same with me. It's something I've had to, I guess, realize and work on. When interacting with people, especially if someone's coming off rude or disrespectful,
Yeah.
it's just like what you just said. Just to realize that everybody has something going on, and it's better to just be kind anyways.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just comes with humility. And to go off the point which you said as well, I think reading the Bible and has really helped me a lot. I feel like once I really started reading and delving into it, it's helped me with my humility. I feel like pride has always been my biggest thing. I've just always been a very stubborn person, and it's helped me realize that, like I said, I don't have all the answers, and whatever answers I have, it doesn't mean it's the correct answer all the way, because, I haven't lived every life. I don't know everything, but that's been something that's helped me a lot every day, and just constantly trying to be more in the habit. I feel like it doesn't come unless you start consciously making those habits, making those changes of trying to be more humble, be more kind, and trying to be a little bit more understanding in just even little situations. I feel like as long as you just start in just the little daily situations, it starts to become more part of your actual character, and it becomes more embedded in the person who you are. But
I think as we're talking about this, I feel like this really relates to like finding out who you are in the world,
right,
finding out what you want to do, like finding out the self. And I think maybe now that you just sparked an idea that like maybe the reason we have an ego is because we're still trying to figure ourselves out. We're still trying to figure out what we're meant to do, what our purpose is, why we're here personally, each of us, you know? Maybe that leads to the ego developing, or maybe the ego just develops because of how much different things are right now. 'Cause I feel like especially today, ego is a huge problem everyone has.
right,
Like not saying I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
I'm already saying I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that problem,
Oh, yeah.
but ego's a very huge thing. People's egos can lead them to doing really stupid things. Like I've almost done stupid things with my ego, but
I have for sure.
just like look around at like everyone in this. I don't know how to teach people to not be in their ego. That's not my job, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I just know I can like help myself, you know?
Yeah.
Push myself in the right path and work on it, like you said, constantly.
Yeah. You know, yeah, we're not here to change anybody, I'd say, as people. I think we're just here to, you know, just interact with people, try and be kind. Because I'm of the belief as well is that you can't change anybody.
Yeah,
People only change when they want to change.
exactly.
But you can't force anybody or try and like, no matter how many lectures, no matter how hard you try to like force someone, you can't change anybody. But, you know, maybe the way you treat someone, the way you act can lead them to change if that's something they want. And so that's something they see, maybe characteristics about yourself like, oh, wow, this person, you know, I remember them being like this and, you know, I don't know what happened to them, but they've changed more in this, you know, positive way. But
just lead by example.
Right, exactly. Lead by example. But to double back on what you said, where you said the reason you think there's a lot of ego is people trying to find themselves. I very much so agree with that. I think it just ties into what I said earlier, where I said I thought a lot of the times people's ego and the pride gets attached to certain things. It's exactly because of that. I think it's just we're trying to find ourselves and trying to see what we do. And I think in the world now with like social media and everything, it becomes so easy for people to just see all these different people's accomplishments, like their highlights, right? And I feel like while it can be a positive thing, it could also be a negative if you're just using it as comparison to see other people. Like, look at all these people the same age as me doing all these things and whatnot, and it starts to make us feel like, well, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why? Like it feels like you're down here and these people the same age as you are up here. And I feel like, yeah, like you said, I think that's what it becomes, where pride and ego plays a part. And that when we keep feeding ourselves that we're down here, we try to find something to latch onto to make us, you know, not fall even deeper. Whether it's, you know what, at least I have this, so I'll attach it myself to this. Whether it's, you know, like looks or you think you're smart or whatever it is, you think you're strong, whatever, you attach that ego to that. Well, at least I have this. I'm better than this, than all these other people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the...
It's like, especially I feel like when people attach themselves to like a dream they have.
Right.
Let's say like someone wants to make music and that's like their only like thing that they're doing. Maybe they're not even working. They're just making music every day, trying to make it out the hood or whatever. And then if you come in with your true opinion, that you're like, bro, this music isn't good, man. You just, and instead of, you're not trying to like come at them. You're just trying to provide them with like
constructive
criticism, but they take it personally because of their ego.
Right.
You know? And I mean, personally, I think I might have been there before where I would be doing something, I would like it, and then I would take the criticism in a bad way. But now, as I've matured more, I would want my friends, like my actual friends, to give me criticism on everything in my life. Like, if my friends see me doing stuff that isn't like me or isn't like good, something I should be doing, I would want them to be like, hey, bro, like,
call you out on
you're messing up, man. This isn't it. That's what I've low-key been trying to do with people around me. Maybe it's not my place to do so, but when they're my really close friends, I think I should, you know?
Right.
Because I would want the same done for me. Like, not just talking about like music, talking about like everything as a whole.
Just whatever, like
living,
situations in life, right?
I don't want to be going around like causing problems for random people, like how I would used to before. I would want my friend to be like, hey, bro, this isn't it. You're doing the wrong thing right now. Because sometimes all you need is a little push like that, to a reminder to bring you back.
To bounce back, right?
All right. We're going to commercial break from our sponsors. We got Old School Barbell, Yeezy, and Santa Cruz Paleo.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay, hopefully it was recorded.
Hey, we're racing.
Why are you following us? What the fuck?
Go, 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 racing, go! Oh, go flips!
What's up? How can I help you? Oh, my bad. I fucked up. I don't know what that was.
That was good, that was good.
Okay,
Now that we
Get
get
the
the
fuck
fuck
in there.
welcome to my crib.
It's Iron Smith.
You gotta zoom in on it.
I did. Sponsored by Iron Smith or what?
We're sponsored by Iron Smith. Sir, we consider you guilty. 10 counts of murder. Goodbye, my friend.
Hey, what's your last?
What's your last words?
Steak.
Steak?
That's his last word.
All right.
Steak. Goodbye, bitch.
And we're back.
Back.
Thank you for that message from our sponsors. You want to continue or you want me to start with something?
Go ahead. If you got something, you can start with it.
I think earlier when you talked about social media and comparisons, I think it's very important once you're at that point when you're comparing yourself, there's a fine line where you can go into hater territory. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you see a lot of people succeeding on Instagram. You look at the comment section, there's tons of haters in there. People who are the same age as the person saying, oh, why don't I have this? Why is this person famous? Da, 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 da. At the end of the day, you can compare yourself a little bit, I think, but I don't think you should ever come at someone else
Right.
and just hate on them for no reason, because that's their life, you know? And all you're really doing is bringing yourself down by doing that.
Right.
That's just your own ego getting hit hard, and you're
Yeah,
coming
that's really
after
what it
someone
is.
else's ego to put them down to make yourself feel better.
Yep.
So there's a fine line where you can like go into hater territory. I don't know the correct word we can use for that. I'm saying it's
Envy?
hater, but
Envy.
envy. There we go. You can get envious, and that affects your own mind. At the end of the day, you might think that you feel better leaving that comment, hating on this person, but deep down you're hurting yourself by saying that stuff. You're really just hating on yourself for not being in their position.
Yeah.
But I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a philosopher part-time. So,
No, but I agree. I agree with exactly what you said. I think that's exactly what it is. But it kind of reminds me of it's similar to it. I heard it said before. What did it say? It had to do with anger.
mhm,
But I feel like anger and envy could sometimes tie. It said that anger is an emotional punishment that you give yourself for someone else's actions, whether it's right or wrong. And I feel like envy is probably somewhere along that boat as well. It's something that all you're doing is making yourself hurt
mhm,
and, maybe feel miserable just for what somebody else has got going on in their life.
mhm.
That who knows, maybe it doesn't even have anything to do with you at
Yeah.
all. You just, like you said, it just pops up maybe on your feed and it just makes you feel a certain type of way. It attacks your ego, attacks your pride, and you feel like you gotta do something about it to make yourself feel better. But all you're
Yeah.
doing is, I feel like it's just like it says, things you're just punishing yourself.
Mhm. I think also this happens with friends a lot. I feel like where friends hate on each other or become envious of each other when they see their friends succeed but they're not succeeding. And that's a pretty terrible thing in my opinion, because I see my friends, I want to see them win.
Yeah,
If I see my friend like get a new car, boom, bro, good job, bro. Hell yeah, that's some good stuff. Get that car, bro. I see my friend with a 10 out of 10 girl, I might talk to her. No, I'm happy for him, you know?
Right,
I
right.
see my friend winning, I'm going to be happy for him.
Right.
I'm going to be right there in his corner because I don't ever want to be someone who's envious, especially of someone close to me and putting them down. Our only goal for everyone, for that fact, should be to push people up.
right.
Love, bro. That's what it all comes down
That's-
to. Love.
Love,
Instead of
that's
letting the
key
ego
right
win.
there.
You can be prideful and you can have an ego, but it has to be used in the benefit of love. Love towards yourself and love towards other people. That's what I think.
I think you hit the nail on the coffin right there. I agree with everything you just said. If we just cared for one another a lot more, even just in a small community standpoint, everybody can benefit from
Yeah.
that.
Just show people respect as the same way you would want to be respected.
Yep.
So people love the same way you want to be loved. And you can slowly kill that ego, man. Like, I'm not going to say my ego is completely gone,
Right.
but it's definitely not where it was before. I've definitely humbled myself a lot. Or I should say, either life has humbled me or God has humbled me. I don't know which one it is, but one of the two has. And here we are now, trying to come back to earth.
Yep.
Stay down here.
Yep. I relate to everything you just said. That's exactly it. It's ongoing. It's every day, I'd say.
Mhm.
Every time you always got to catch yourself, when you're in certain situations or interactions, And just
Nice.
humility.
Anything else you want to add for pride or ego personally?
I think I got everything I had to say
Me
for
too,
the
low
most
key.
part.
This hummingbird's been flying around. Sign of good luck.
Hmm.
It's like one of my. There's another one right there too. It's
Yeah,
the
it's
third
nice
one
out
I've
today.
seen.
Nice weather.
Yeah. All right. Thanks guys for watching. It's been beloved and everlasting. And that's episode 1. And we also would like to announce a special event
Oh,
coming
that's
soon.
right.
This is all we're going to tell you. There's a special event coming. If you know, you know.
Right.
We're looking late June probably. Late June or early July.
Right. Yep. That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
So hold the button for like 3 seconds.